I guess we can kind of like roll into some things here.
Yeah.
But again, just a good conversation. So, what have you kind of been up to? Where you're working right now? What's life been like?
So life is good. We've been I've been working for the same company, TJ McCartney, for geez, I don't even know, 8 years now, 9 years, and we're super busy. We're building a lot of buildings in Boston and Cambridge and all around the place. So I'm kind of handling all their logistics and transportation mostly for them. So it's been super busy, crazy, long days, but it's been good. It's a good company to work for. I actually have a Christmas party tonight, so
Oh,
up in
nice,
New Hampshire. So yeah, we're getting a hotel room and stuff. It'll be nice up at the Sky Meadow Country Club. So it'll be nice.
fancy.
Okay, so that's good. And then Sam's good. He's fairly busy right now, eighth grade. So next year's a big year. He's got to
Big,
figure out if he's going to the middle school here in Melrose or if he's going to go to maybe like a tech school or something. That's totally up to him. But we got to get on that 'cause he's got to make the decision in probably the next couple of months.
yeah. What is he
So
leaning a certain way?
no, so that's the problem. He's kind of feeling it both ways. So
Yeah, yeah.
so
I think that's pretty common though for an eighth grade guy. I was leaning towards the vote. My parents were like, "Negative, you're going to high school."
yeah, right.
I think Jake talking with him. I think his parents kind of steered him almost towards the Vogue.
Yeah, it
Um,
was a great school. He had the one Jake's going to. So
yeah, and would Sammy go to the was it North Shore or was there
the
another
one in Wakefield, yeah, yeah,
yeah
northeast. Is it northeast? I
Northeastern?
think.
Yeah, Northeast, not
Yeah.
Northeastern, but
So
Northeast.
that would be yeah. That would be the only option unless he decided he wanted to go to like a private Catholic school or something, which I think we would allow him to do that if he wanted to. But ultimately, I think we're going to kind of let him steer the ship, right or wrong. I just think that's the type of kid he is. So you know,
Yeah, that's a good way
but
to do it.
put
Like
every yeah.
the onus on him,
If
kind
you go somewhere else, the thing is, the positive thing is you can always, if you don't go to the tech your freshman year, you're not going to get in anyway because you're not going to get any good choices the way you want to do. So if you want to do that, you got to jump on it now. The positive thing is no matter what you do, you can always fall back into Melrose High, which isn't certainly not an awful alternative.
of right, right. And
You know,
speaking with Jake, now that he's at the Vogue, and kind of seeing
yeah,
what
so
he's learning and things he's doing over at Tech Gushing. I don't think you're really missing out much on a public high school education when you go to the Voc. If anything, you're learning more. I mean, by the time you turn 25,
right.
it all comes back to the same thing. You know what I mean? It's not
Yeah,
like
yeah,
anyone
I
who
agree.
high school knows much more than you do unless they chose to go down
No,
a STEM
no,
thing.
and
Maybe
yeah,
Sammy is
that
interested in like a tech. I can see him doing something like that. But besides that,
maybe.
maybe.
And also, well, I also think too, you could always go. You can still go to college by going to tech school. Like if Jake decided
100%.
tomorrow he wanted to go to college, you can go to college. You know what I mean? So, and
Yeah.
then you get the best of both worlds because you learn something, a trade, and you have a baseline of that, and then you also go to college. So whatever you want to do.
Whatever you want to
So
do.
that's what
That's
I
it.
explained to him. Say, like, what if I decided I wanted to go to college? So you can still go to college if you were at tech school.
Yeah. You
You
probably
know?
have a good GPA. You might have
Yeah.
to take like some community college courses to get like a basic math or something out of the way. You might not have. That's it.
But anybody, you got good around here. You can go to UMass Lowell, you can go to UMass Boston. Those schools, those are good schools and they're reasonably priced, and anybody can go to them.
Yeah.
College. It's going to be interesting to see where this higher level colleges go because there's a lot of companies now who don't even require a college degree. You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. It's
and
clearly been a big buzz topic too in
yeah,
public discourse of like the amount of. I mean, coming from a guy who spent almost $100,000 and I didn't spend it. My parents spent probably
no,
half of it.
right,
Spent the other half of
right,
it. Like, is the juice worth the squeeze? Could I have got the same education, a local state school for half the price? And
possibly. I mean, I would never dismiss people who go to a great college, but on the other hand, it's like it's the haves and the have-nots in a lot of ways too right now because most kids, even you be going to BU or something like that, is to live there is probably $80,000. It's
right,
crazy.
right,
Yeah. So,
yeah. It's a tough decision to make at 18 too.
yeah, and a lot of people who don't. Some people do great, and some people who don't. Aren't doing any better than someone who went to a tech school and started being a plumber like Jake at 18. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and now
You
he's
know?
hanging out at the seaport every day, crushing it.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah,
that's
he,
good.
He'll be all right. Yeah. No, that's good. When you're working in town, what time do you typically? What does a typical day look like for you?
I'm
Keep it.
usually up. Well, I'm usually up and out of the house by 4:15, 4:30, and I'm in New Hampshire usually, or directly in Boston between 5 and 5:30, 6, depending on what I'm doing that day. But I'm up. I'm up for like no later. I very rarely do I sleep past 4:15. So that's kind of a long. It's a long day. 12. Usually it's 11, 12 hour day. I'm usually gone from at least 12 hours a day.
Wow.
I said to Nani if she wanted to move in here, and she got the whole place to herself most of the day because between me and Sam, we're not here.
Yeah, no shit. If you're up at 4 every day getting out.
You know what I mean? So fortunately, Sam's good at getting himself up and ready and those things. He's done a really good job with that.
That's
He's very responsible like that. Very responsible.
good.
You
Good.
know, so he's doing good. But
Good.
that's a typical day, like around here in terms of work hours and stuff.
Yeah. And what are you doing in Boston? If you guys said you're doing a bunch of buildings right now, so you bring in logistics and supplies.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So we got like we've been up right now. We probably get 20 jobs going, whether they're large scale drywall jobs or exterior cladding jobs, facade jobs, and we handle the shop end where I'm in the laborers union, so you have to be a laborer to go on and off the sites. But I also set up jobs, clean out jobs, handle the logistics for planning, scheduling for moving large material from that's coming not from a vendor but coming from us directly from our shop, warehouse, office, whatever you want to call it. So that's kind of what we're doing.
Nice.
So we've done jobs like all the New Balance stuff off the Mass Pike. We've built all those buildings on the interior, to all the in front of the Boston Garden, all the new hub and everything in front of the Boston Garden, all
Yeah.
that, those clubs and everything, restaurants. We did all those buildings,
Oh wow.
large scale stuff, but a lot of schools, a lot of labs, stuff like that.
Has there been a pretty steady work crew with you there for the past 8 years? Have you had like some
Yeah, we do. We
with you?
have a lot of carpenters, union carpenters. We have a lot of union laborers, and then we have our office support team. It's we've grown in the time I've been there. Like tonight at Christmas, when I first started, we had a Christmas party, and it was like one big table with like 30 people. Because it's just kind of the Christmas party is basically just like the office people, but I'm kind of consider both field and office. But now we've moved to where the Christmas party tonight will probably be like with guests. If everybody brings a guest, you're probably looking at 100 people.
Oh,
So it's grown a lot.
that's sweet.
Yeah, so it's
That's
good.
awesome.
See what happens.
Yeah.
Boston construction is still moving pretty strong, thankfully. So
Yeah.
who knows where it's going based on the economy, but
Right.
I think we're good for a few years anyway. So we'll worry about it then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is Rebecca
exactly.
gonna go with you today?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So she's working on schoolwork right now she's going for a DNP, doctorate of nursing practice. So she's got to do school this afternoon so she can free up tonight.
Good. Nice.
Yeah, homework and stuff. Yeah, it's all good.
Awesome. Yeah. So just kind of talking through. I wrote some questions down. I sent you some questions ahead of time. We don't have to like stick to them. There's no script or anything like that. But
That was great.
I'm interested to hear what it was like, talking with Nani and Auntie Rose, hearing what it was like growing up in Everett in the house.
Yeah.
From what I understand, it was a small spot, but it was also like the hub. Like people were in and out of there like crazy, and it was basically where everyone would come to hang out in the
We
neighborhood.
definitely, yeah. It was a small like 2 bedroom for the 4 of us. Well, 6 of us with Nani and Papa. So it was a small 2 bedroom, and yeah, like we did. It was run down, beat up 2 bedroom with crazy lady living upstairs, but it was 2 family. But the neighborhood for that time was great. We got an unbelievable neighborhood. All the kids knew each other. Everybody kind of hung out. We had a big family next to us who had 11 kids, one for every age one to match up with every age that we had
Nice.
of the 4 of us. So, yeah, and it was like you said, we didn't have a lot of frills. It was pretty much no frills, but we had everything we needed, honestly. So, I don't think I didn't have a bedroom until I was probably 19, but that's just, those things make you appreciate things better more, right?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Exactly. A lot of couch sleeping back in the day. I think
Yeah.
we had a cot at one point, a roll-out cot that we kept in one of the girls' bedroom. But then your mom moved out at 18, so that was that freed up a little bit of space anyway.
Yeah, you guys.
No, I mean we had a great little. I mean, it wasn't. Like I said, it was no frills. Certainly didn't have you know some of the stuff that honestly you guys grew up with, but we had everything we needed honestly, and we had a great neighborhood. Like you walk outside and you would find somebody to do something with.
Yeah.
You know, so you
What,
can't honestly. I wouldn't.
what was it
That
like
was well worth.
being the youngest of the four, especially as the only guy in the clan?
Honestly, it was fine. It was great. It was good. I mean, I think they'll tell you I was spoiled, and I probably was a little bit, but it's based on like spoiled on levels of living what with the means we had. But I probably I think but I think we all got along pretty well. I think we all I think I definitely got probably a little bit more attention being the baby of the four,
Yeah.
plus the only boy. But you know, I think we had all different relationships with each other. But I think your mom being 9 years older, I know it's hard to believe. Some people would think she's more like 15 to 20 years older. I know, but I think her being she was kind of had to like also kind of take on a little bit of her uh, babysitting responsibility. So, but
Right.
there's always a story of how Nani and Papa went away, took us away for like a quick weekend, but they only took your mom and me, so we're still hearing about it from Auntie Rose and Auntie Mickey. They got left behind, but I think that the rationale was I was like, probably like 2 or 3, and your mom could watch me, so you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So they could go, they could go away, and they could leave your mother with me, and then
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
so
Let's
I
see
don't know,
for
but we're
themselves.
still,
Yeah.
yeah, that happened once. That happened once, and we're still hearing about it. All these years later. It was, I mean, honestly though, like I said, we didn't. It was very little frills, but it was, I think we had everything we needed. I wouldn't honestly change anything.
Good. Yeah. I talking with George, I was kind of asking, what was your relationship like with each one of your siblings, and then kind of how has it evolved over time
Yeah,
to where it is today?
yeah. If you're asking me that, I would say that, again, I think we were always pretty close. I think me and Auntie Rose, because of age, were
Right.
probably, and because everybody else got a little bit older. Your mom moved out. I think we were probably as close as any of the four. But then, like, I think the girls all had their really good special relationships too. Much as they battled, and as a kid, I'd see Dr. Scholl high heels flying by the house at each other's heads. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I think we all had different types of relationships with each other. But I think, like you said, your mom used to take me to like Red Sox games and stuff. She was, so she did a lot. She did a lot of that stuff. So that
Yeah.
was always great. And then when Auntie Mickey, I think Auntie Mickey was always kind of like fun, and she was always kind of all over the map doing fun stuff and things like that. And
Yeah.
she was probably the best pure athlete of the four of us, Auntie Mickey.
You think? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Your Auntie Rose would never say that, but she probably was. Auntie Mickey, she didn't develop athletics. She didn't stick with it long enough, but she was probably she could run track and this and that. She was fast.
Natural athlete. Yeah.
Um, yeah. Then me, your mom would be the worst, and then Auntie Rose. Auntie Rose, I'll give her 3.
Yeah. Yeah. It is cool to have three siblings. We had three. You guys had three. I think that's three others. Four total. Um,
Well, your
it's
mom wasn't
cool.
going to be outdone. She had to keep up. Your mom had to try to keep up. She wasn't going to be outdone by anybody. So she had to have match up.
Yeah, the chip on the shoulder. I can do it.
Exactly.
No, that's good. What's of each of your siblings? They all have their own individual personalities and things like that. And
Yeah.
we as we know them now, they've had a ton of life experience before them to be who they are. And I know everyone's changed a lot, but what's something that you admire, I guess, about each one of your siblings? Maybe a trait that they have that you admire.
Admire. That's a good question. I mean, there's probably a million of them, but it's hard to quantify those. Um, well, I would say, let's see, let's start with the oldest, I guess. I would say with your mom, I would say that she's, I think she had a great trait of like, always being a good organizer and trying to keep everybody together. Sometimes, doing too much, but because probably she took on too much. Probably wasn't fair to her. But I think she deserves a lot of credit for trying to keep, always trying to, especially as she got older, obviously, always trying to, keep everybody together and on holidays and stuff like that. So I think that she deserves a lot of credit for that. I don't know if that's necessarily a trait, but and Auntie Rose did a lot of that too, and Auntie Mickey. But I think Auntie Rose, for Auntie Mickey, I think one of her traits is first of all her humor. I don't think anybody's funnier than her. I think she got a lot of pepper in her with that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's funny when she wants to be. I also think she doesn't get the joke as quick, but yet she's funny externally more than
Yeah,
most people. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I don't, I think there's just different types of humor.
Yeah.
So I might give her a lot of credit for that. She's, she was always super social. She always could make friends everywhere. She's certainly not shy.
No.
Then Auntie Rose, I think, I just think when she's determined about something, her determination, ain't gonna get in her way. I think
Yeah.
that, and I think she's got a lot of those other traits too. I just think that's, if you give everyone one thing to speak of,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
No, it's good. I asked Nani, I tried to lure something out of her. I was like, what's something you admire about each one of your kids, to get her to say something nice? And she's just like, they're all the same. I was like, well, what's something you like about them, She just wouldn't say anything. I'm like,
that's funny.
yeah, it's funny. She did say that she was, I was like, what are you most proud of, in life? She said her family and the family
Yep.
built, and in turn, the family that you all have built.
Yeah.
And all of us cousins.
Right. That's nice. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad that makes her happy.
Yeah.
That's good. But I don't know. I think those are the type. I think those are the types of things that will keep everybody. I think those are the, good definitions of those three.
Yeah.
Kind of. You know.
Yeah. And growing up, you obviously had like the three siblings, and then Nani and Papa were all over the place.
Yeah.
They had a few different jobs, doing a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
How was your relationship with Papa growing up? And do you have any like keen memories of things you did, or anything that comes to mind when you think of
Yeah.
Papa?
I think just I think we always I think especially when we were younger. I just think come the weekends especially that everybody that we were always around on like a Sunday, and whether we were over at Cece's house, which was right around the block, or at our house, watching football, cooking. I just think those are the memories that you look at as best.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are probably the best memories of like just like the weekend when you had time to like chillax and on a Sunday, and watch a game and cook, and you know what I mean. So I think that's why all of us can cook a little bit, because I think you got to give him credit for that.
Yeah.
Certainly not Connie.
Yeah.
No, she's
She
gotten
could
a
throw
little
down
bit.
a
She's
mean.
gotten a little, huh?
I said she could throw down a mean tuna fish sandwich on Italian bread with lace chips, though. That's
She can have that.
that's.
She's gotten a little better with age, but I think I think those memories of the weekends and kind of relaxing and around sports and that type of stuff.
Good.
You know, and
Yeah.
then I think vacation like that. We didn't. I don't think I went on a plane until I was 19 years old on my own. But
Yeah.
I think like when we'd go away to Lake George for 1 week a year or whatever we did, like those are even like a weekend night at a Holiday Inn in Danvers or something where we kind of got
Yeah.
out together, and those are good memories. Those are the memories that really cherish.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You guys, what was it like? I guess what was your relationship with your cousins too? Because you had Donnie and Mark running around, right? And were you guys close growing up? You guys tight?
Well, Mark probably when I was around. I want to say I was probably like 9 or 10. They built a house. Mark lived in it. They lived in Everett too, obviously, but they built a house on Papa Cece's lot. Like he had a second lot, and there's basically a yard. So when they moved in there, I think it was nice to have a Mark around. I think he appreciated us being close, because every time we went by Cece's or this or that, we could hang out and stuff. And yeah, I mean, me and Mark were always like always pretty close. I think that always helped that he lived right around the corner. You know, Mark, Mark always had something he was into, whether it was bugs or roller skating or something. But as different as we have probably like interests, we were always
Yeah.
pretty. We were always pretty close. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so
And then Donnie was just
Donnie,
young.
Donnie, I think he was so much younger. He's like your mom to me. Probably the
Yeah.
same age. So, and I think Yellow always did a good job of keeping him around when he was younger, so that was great. And then, yeah, we always had a really good relationship. I think I took, when he was younger, I think I took him I'd take him to like a Red Sox game or a Patriots game or something like that. Or we'd go.
Yeah.
So, and we've always kind of been, hung out here or there, and even, not so much this last year, but we need to get back on that. But no, we've always had a good relationship, staying in touch and things like that. And he's an amazing kid. He's always an amazing kid, based, he didn't have it that easy either growing up, and he's done an amazing job with his family.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, they're great. I can see them soon next time I go back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They're so busy right now too with the kids their age and stuff. I'm sure
Yeah, they got a hand. Yeah. God bless them.
No, I know, but him and Sherry are amazing.
Yeah. So when you said Mark would have his own things. He's into what he was when he was growing up. When you were teenager, what were you into? What was your thing?
Honestly, for me, it was more like hanging out with my friends and playing sports and stuff like that. I mean, it wasn't anything really super crazy.
Yeah.
Then we got our cars, and then we started driving. We be bouncing around different places, Revere Beach or whatever, But it was more just doing that type of stuff,
Yeah.
A lot of sports, a lot of that type of stuff. A lot of, and then as we got a little bit older, once we got to be probably, as I got to be like 18, 19, then we started doing a lot of traveling and stuff on the weekends and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. What did you mostly play? Baseball?
Baseball, a lot of baseball and basketball. I mean, either one, I was always going on, then with your friends, you're doing you do a lot of flag football and stuff. We do a lot of street football, park football, and all that stuff. Street hockey.
Yeah.
Between the kids in the neighborhood, even the older kids that I kind of from the neighborhood, I always got to play with them, which was good. They were all like 6 years older. They always would let me play. Or all my friends, we just it was also like a walk, and you didn't you walked everywhere.
Right.
Unlike North Reading, really, where it was probably as easy for you. You walk, there's a park up the street. You go up to the park, bring your basketball, and you'll end up finding 5 people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
awesome.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember growing up, you playing in the men's league softball.
Oh yeah, later on. Oh yeah, that was like 20 to really until probably Sam was a year or two old. Then I just couldn't. The timing wasn't working. But now occasionally, every now and then, not so much recently, but but for probably for 12, 13, 14 years, I probably played softball almost into the winter, 2-3 nights a week.
Wow.
You were pretty young when I would bring you to the games, sit in the car probably.
Yeah, watch a couple games. Yeah.
She'd sit in the car though. She wouldn't get out.
No.
Just like now. It's like what she does now with the Jake's games or Samantha's games.
Right. Same thing.
Like that.
Did you break your nose in a game one time? Or did I make that up?
I did. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah. When I was literally leaving for New Orleans for a bachelor party the next morning, and I took a bad hop at third base, shattered my nose in Everett. I ended up going to the Wood Hospital, and then I missed the bachelor party by a day. I flew down myself a day later, but I had a black eye. My nose is actually still crooked from it. I never got it fixed. So,
you and me both. It's all right.
Exactly. I know it kind of it's settled. It doesn't look too bad. Yeah. Mine wasn't perfect to begin with. So
adds a little character to it,
Exactly. That's what I say.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. I remember.
I say with a body like John, with a body like mine, you don't need. Who cares about your nose or your hair? I mean, come
on. You're all set. Yeah.
That's all set.
And the charm too, that counts for a lot. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember growing up. You were around a lot. We would hang out a lot, doing all kinds of.
Oh yeah, when you guys were living in Revere when you were young, you were really young, obviously. But I think just Frankie, you guys moved right around the time where Frankie was born, a little bit after Frankie was born.
Yeah, she was born when we were in North Reading, so we just.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, all the time. Oh, I had you all the time. I mean, Nani will tell you that. I had you. I used to bring you to play poker with me, or work barbecues and stuff. You were like the baby. And then one time, I remember. Apparently, I had you buckled in your seat. I still hear it from your mother to this day. I had you buckled in the seat. I was probably so how much? You were born in 94, so right? So you were born in 94?
Yeah.
So I was probably let's see something. I was like 21 probably. I had you, and I took you somewhere, and you were buckled in the. I had you buckled in the seat, but I didn't have the seat buckled to the car.
Oh yeah.
And I still hear about that from your mother to this day. But
I'm
yeah, yeah, a lot of places. Yeah, no, we used to do a lot of stuff. I used to do a lot of stuff. I still say the reason you found out you had bad eyes, but you needed glasses was because of me at the Red Sox game. Because you
yeah,
couldn't read the scoreboard, and I could see it across the field.
yeah. That
You
makes
know?
Yeah, I remember going to a couple games with you. And yeah, I definitely did need. I didn't wear glasses till I went to college. You know, in high school, I
Yeah.
knew I needed them probably. I think it affected my ability to play baseball. I'm gonna blame it on that.
Yeah, Sam would say the same thing. For
Yeah,
him.
because I never wore them. So the ball, I'll be like, whatever. Uh, but yeah. So glasses, you found out I needed them early. I never wore them. I think I knew I
Yeah,
needed them in high school, but I
yeah.
never wore them anyway until I was in
That,
college.
that, yeah. But when we lived in Everett, and then even when you were younger, I feel like you guys, you guys were around all the time. We had you all the time, and
Oh
then
yeah.
and then you know what I noticed today? Do you remember? I know what yesterday was actually. It
What's
popped
that?
up on my Facebook. It was random. It kind of reminded me to check my email to see what time I told you today.
Yeah.
It was the anniversary, 20th anniversary of the Patriots snow game when they were throwing the snow up in the air.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. I
Right?
remember
Didn't I take you to that game?
you and I went to a snow game, Patriots Dolphins. I don't know if
Right,
it was
right. This is the game. It's 20 years.
that
Remember,
was the game.
Brewski intercepted the ball and everybody started throwing snow up. It
Yeah,
was the 20th anniversary yesterday.
that's
Isn't that
amazing.
random? And
Yeah,
that reminded me to look at my time to see what time I told you today.
I remember that game to this day. It was freezing. I remember I had I had like a Dolphins like one
Yeah,
piece
you love the
snowsuit.
Dolphins, right? You love the
Yeah,
Dolphins.
I had a
I think I
snowsuit.
got the tickets. Did we sit in the end zone? I feel like I got the tickets from Amy's dad because he has season tickets. But I could be wrong.
We sat up top.
Did we? Are you sure we were in the end zone? Like
Well,
right when
no, but
Brisky
then
scored?
I think Donnie was in the end zone or something. Then we moved to the end zone at like
Oh,
half.
maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, because
Oh,
we were like
Donnie?
someone else, and maybe it wasn't Donnie. In my head is Donnie, but we sat
Yeah,
up top, and
right.
then yeah, we moved down to the back end zone,
And
and
that's
that
where
was
we were
crazy.
when Brewski, because Brewski
Yeah,
intercepted the ball, and that's where we were when it happened. I know that.
yeah, yeah. We
Yeah,
started high and worked down low, which is
that would make sense. I wonder
yeah.
who that was. Was it Donnie? Maybe.
I don't know. It might have been someone else, but
Yeah.
in my head it's Donnie, but it probably wasn't.
It was
'Cause I
the
was like,
Dolphins. Though. You were a Dolphins fan though. I remember that.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
remember staying at Nani's house. I stay in your room sometimes, or you'd come home at night from
Yeah.
wherever, or working at the pizza shop, and I'd be in the guest room over there, and you'd come and
Yeah.
hang out and tell me some jokes and stuff. I remember like some of the bad jokes I'd make you tell me, and you'd be like,
Always.
I'm ready to go to bed, and I'd be like, tell me another, and you'd be like making them up.
Yeah, you and Frankie, I think, would be there. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if George, maybe even Georgie at that point. I don't even know.
Yeah,
Maybe Georgie would have been real little. Scary jokes and stuff. I remember that. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Awesome. I do remember that. Yeah. You stayed in, that was Auntie Rose's old room. Yeah. I remember
Mm-hmm.
that. That's funny.
Yeah, with the little cardaway TV and stuff in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. You were, I would say Georgie may have even been that too, but she would have been like super young, like 3, maybe something like
yeah,
that.
just a baby at that point. Yeah,
The baby. Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Yep. That's right. That's good. That's good. Yeah. There's a lot of good. I mean, you guys were around a lot.
yeah, yeah. And then
And then Nani and Papa moved up north. So,
yeah, moved up north to
yep.
hang out. And
Yep.
you moved around a bit too, because you were where you were in obviously in Everett, and then obviously
I was in
over.
Medford. I was in Medford, Everett, then Medford, then Tewksbury, then North Reading, and then Melrose. I think that sounds about right.
all over the map.
All over the map, but
Yeah,
all good.
all
You
good.
know,
Yeah,
all good. Not as all over the map as you're gonna end up probably being when it's all said and done. So,
yeah, probably not. It's
you
yeah.
know what I mean?
I was having that conversation with Georgie earlier. I was like, where do you want to? I was just asking about, what are your aspirations, your goals? What do you want to do with
Right.
thing? And I was like, where do you want to end up? She's like, I don't know. I kind of want to go to New Hampshire. And I'm like, I don't know where I want to go yet. It's still got a few places to check out, I think, before I say it. Like, this is
Yeah.
this.
I don't even know. I don't even. Yeah, I am not even saying that. So forget
Yeah,
about you at this age. So you forget it.
yeah.
Keep
I mean,
exploring. Exploring.
there is a big upside to being close to family.
Yep.
geographically and being able to hang out and have people help you out
Right.
when you help and things like that. There's a lot of utility in that, but also
Yeah.
it is nice to bop around a bit too. It's weird. It's a weird
Absolutely. Well,
dynamic.
enjoy it while you can. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Pop around while you can is what I say.
Yeah.
You know, go live in New York City for a year or two. I don't know, go down. I don't know.
Hang out
You know.
wherever.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. So
Exactly. If you have to be somewhere, don't be anywhere. You know.
yeah. Yeah.
So,
One of the things I said to George was after she journaled, yes, no, maybe so, whatever. But like, imagine your perfect day, like from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep, and like that's your end,
yeah.
and then form everything else in your life around to get to that point, whatever that
Yeah.
day is for
It's a
you.
great.
It's like,
Whatever that day. Exactly.
yeah,
You
not
know.
like this grandiose idea of a perfect day where like you're on a
Yeah.
yacht cruising through the Bahamas,
Yeah.
something like
I
that.
mean.
But just like, hey, I wake up and I work out, I hang out with my kids, I
Yeah.
drink coffee and be able to look at the ocean, or something silly like
Yeah.
that. Small things that
Small thing.
would fill your
Take
cup.
the. That's right. Find the small things in life. Find
Mhm.
the little things that make you happy.
Yep.
You know.
Work towards
That's
it if
what
you
really.
can.
Yep. And sometimes if you can be at if your day goes 70%, great. That's probably what it.
Yep.
It's how it's the problem. The give or take is how some people roll with that 30%. Some people roll with the 30% this way. Some people roll with the 30% and go this way. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
You know. I
And
mean, there
realize
is a lot of that.
how small your problems actually are in the grand scheme of things.
Exactly. There were a lot of bad problems we could have, but most of them aren't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if I'm stuck in traffic and that's the worst part of my day, then that's the worst part of my day.
Exactly.
That
Exactly.
sucks, but
Yep.
it could be a lot worse.
Could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep. Okay. It's okay to complain once in a while, but you
Yeah.
gotta put a limitation on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I
Let
mean?
it out.
So,
Uh,
exactly.
I
So
I'm interested to hear what the dynamic was like, um, as a brother to welcoming three different brother-in-laws into the family, and what that was like, and how was that initial? I feel like they're as a
I refuse to. I refuse to comment.
as a brother myself, having two sisters, and their choice of romantic partners, and
I,
inevitably having to
I, I feel like mine's gonna be easier than yours. Mine was easier than yours is gonna be. You can edit that out if you want.
it's fine. Because yeah, it's a weird thing, right? It's like someone is coming into your family,
Yeah.
and you hope they're good egg, and
No, honestly, when it goes to your dad, like he's been there since I was probably like 8. So, and I don't know any different. You know what I mean? He's just,
yeah,
another fly on the wall with the family as we get better. And just like having another, like another member of our 4 and a 5.
yeah,
You know, you know, he probably drives my Nani more crazier than the rest of us do, and
yeah.
I kind of enjoy watching that dynamic. But
That's funny though. Yeah, it's usually pretty good.
and his relationship with Papa was so great. But I mean, in terms of your dad, he's been around so long that I don't even really remember life without him, in it. So,
Yeah, true.
and Uncle Billy's just so easy. He's just the easiest guy in the world. So, as
Yeah,
you know, so I don't know. I mean, that happened so quick between him and Auntie Rose, but it's blended so easily that I don't know. I never thought twice about it, to be honest with you. Just
yeah,
happy, just happy that everybody was happy.
yeah. That's true.
hmm And then obviously with Auntie Mick and Uncle Rick, obviously, he's just such a great guy that you just can't even imagine having someone that easygoing and
I know.
and he made her so happy that how do you not love him?
I know. Yeah, he was the best, nicest guy.
He was, and I loved watching him and Big Sam's relationship. I feel like they had a great relationship.
Oh yeah, they were always hanging out. He's teaching him how to
hmm
fish and work the boat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Which I think plays into Sam's personality to this day. A lot of that stuff.
yeah,
You
100%.
know, so
It was kind of a good feeling too, as an older brother who was away for
yeah,
college and away for
right,
military, and having
right,
obviously my dad was there too, right? But
Oh, I know, but
another
different though.
guy who could, kind of hang out with them and
Yeah.
keep busy and,
Keep
keep
him in
him
the
away from trouble.
summertime. I mean, him down there in the summer was better, especially at those ages. Was better
Yeah,
than him
being
probably floating around North Reading. A
right.
lot of time to himself. So
Yeah, with idle hands of the
I mean,
devil, it's whatever.
I mean, at that age, I had to keep you from burning the house down with your
Yeah.
friend in the utility room. So.
Yeah, I was younger than that. I think I was like middle school then. But yeah, I remember.
But
Yeah,
yeah, no, you were middle. You were no older than like maybe 11, right? Maybe 12. I don't even know.
yeah, little terrorists running around with matches and lighting. Yeah,
That was fine. I mean, that was fine. It's probably in the wrong room to do it, the gas utility room, but
yeah, yeah. And then the shed. Yeah,
yeah, that's
yeah,
funny.
not ideal. That's all right. But yeah, so that's what's it been like? How has life changed? I know it's been a while now. It's been 13 years, but being a dad, being an uncle versus being a dad, how's that been a big adjustment? Do you think one was kind of
Yeah,
constraining for the other?
14 years.
14,
It's
God
getting
bless.
old.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, it's definitely different, but I think that having that baseline of, all you guys always certainly helped, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I think I don't have a lot of great instinctual qualities, probably, but I think that's one that I have. So, you know,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't think, I don't know. You have to there's a lot of hard work at times, but I don't know, that's not to be pat myself on the back, but I feel like not everything comes easy in life, but I feel like that's come somewhat easy. I mean, it's
yeah,
a hard job. I think it's a hard job, but I feel like it's not something that, I don't know, you know, I feel like it's something that, I think you would be the same way. I don't think it's, I think you just try to enjoy it, and it's
yeah,
all different stages, which is fun, and that's the thing. So
yeah,
as long as and it is true, as long as your kid's healthy, you're way ahead of the game.
yeah, yeah.
When he was born, he went through some stuff. So that was, looking back at that, that's tough stuff. The rest of the stuff is not that tough.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say going through that stuff early in his life with his eyesight, and I mean that's scary stuff with eyes, eyes and brain,
Yeah,
like big
no,
ticket thing. So, yeah,
exactly. Now you just want him to be happy and healthy, and maybe play a little bit less Fortnite as that's come back, and all of a sudden, but
yeah.
even
Maybe,
that, I'm only joking. I'm only joking though. But just that's all. But I don't know. I can give you a long answer looking for the pats on the back and stuff, but I feel like that was something that hasn't been that hard.
yeah. And how has it changed? I guess as a, I mean, you're still kind of like a young dad because he's not even he's barely a teenager. So like how has it changed from when he was a kid to like now, and what are you guys going through now as he's in his formative years? Playing football, he's probably like, getting interested in girls and all that stuff. How's that kind of changed?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. So far, it hasn't changed much. I'm sure it
No.
will, but I don't know. I think my biggest concern is just trying to keep him like socially engaged and happy. And if he's doing that, then to me the rest of it's easy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
school wise, he'll teach. He's a good student. He's very organized. He's very um, he takes care of the things he knows he needs to take care of. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's changed much. It's all different stages. It's the Lego stage. It's the, Nerf stage. It's the, all you can do is just try to love them and guide them and, encourage all those different stages of life and see if that works, then you're doing okay.
Yeah. No, it's a good perspective to have.
That's,
Guiding hand. Yeah.
yep.
It seems like you're doing that with school, giving him his choice, his option, and then kind of
Right.
just
Yeah.
helping him out.
Don't get me wrong. I got my opinions, but,
Yeah.
first,
Of course.
but,
Yeah. No, that's good.
yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Young Sammy. Baby
Yeah.
Sam until we get another younger Sam than him.
Yeah. I'm sure that'll come at some point with somebody.
I'm sure it's inevitable. Yeah.
Sure.
Another baby.
Even another dog named Sam is possible. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
That's good. That's
that's
good.
good.
What is there anything you're kind of looking forward to in the next few years personally or with Rebecca or with him or anything like that?
Honestly, just trying to. It's such a simple thing, but I'm just trying to enjoy all the different phases and enjoy life and just try to be happy because it does go like this. So,
Yeah.
try to stay happy, healthy, and and just try to encourage him to be happy and healthy, and if he's passionate about this or that, he's always has his little passions at the times that he's so just try to encourage those, and see where it goes.
Yeah.
And don't try to stress over little things. So
Yeah.
it's kind of simplistic, but it's not. I mean, work wise is good. Maybe that's fine for now. I mean, I could be there 10 more years, or I could be there a year if I decide to just be something to change.
Right.
So who knows? But things are good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. As I guess I'll ask one parting question.
Yeah.
Um, among many, I don't know. What do you kind of want to be remembered for or perceived? How do you want people to kind of like remember you, or maybe like if someone asked Sam this question, baby Sam, in 20 years, how do you remember your dad? What was your dad like? What would you kind of want him to say?
Probably just spontaneous, fun, and reliable. That's all. I mean,
Spontaneous,
that's
fun,
it,
reliable, easy.
right? Right?
Yeah.
Good, easy.
Easy.
I didn't even plan that. I didn't even plan that. See, that's good.
Yeah.
I did it
You're just
spontaneously.
spontaneous.
Right? So
Gave a
just
nice, reliable answer. Yeah.
exactly, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's it.
Good.
I guess I don't know. That's all. Easy.
Yeah. I think
So
I think speaking with Auntie Rose, I think that was something. I think it was Auntie Rose. I don't know who was with, but that's what I kind of said about you. Like Uncle's just
yeah,
cool. He's just laid back. He's just
yeah.
taking it all in stride. He's just
That's all.
unbothered. Just
Yeah,
doing it.
everybody has their days, but
Yeah.
so you try to limit those.
Yeah.
So, but I know, we're proud of you guys and what you guys have become, and every day, everything you've accomplished. Frankie living on her own in Hawaii, finishing up school and deciding what she wants to do is great, and
Mm-hmm.
being where she wants to be right now, and then Georgie's just gonna take off and explode.
Mm-hmm.
So, she's really got her act together right now, team. So, and
Yeah.
the world is at her hands. I mean, her age, getting what she's getting into nursing like she's gonna kill it. So,
Yeah. I think so.
yeah, I think she's gonna have like a renaissance 10 years where she's just gonna be, explode.
Yeah. I think that we're kind of
Sam,
this
honestly,
like
Sam,
top of
Sam's
the
the one.
hill
Yeah.
where like Jake, Samantha, and Sam, baby Sam's a little different because he's a little bit younger, but
Yeah, the other,
all
right.
of us are kind of like coming over the crest, and then we're going to gain
Yeah,
a lot of momentum with
right.
what we're all trying to do, and
Yep.
it's going to be an interesting next 10 years and seeing where everyone goes.
Like in that big Sam, I feel like he's so smart and personable, and I'm hoping he finds I'm hoping whether it's the union or not. I hope he always stays where he's doing, but I hope he finds. Hope he gets into it. Figures out his path really soon because he's a talented kid if he wants to be, and man, he could kill it at the age he's at now if he starts getting into something now.
I
You know,
know. Yeah.
so
I'm
he
trying to
will.
steer him
Yeah,
and see where it goes, but
yeah, I know. But
yeah,
I mean, he's the best kid in the world. Though he's just such a good kid.
he is.
He can just his magic powers. He can just get into any situation with any people and just blend in and like just be like people think he's been in their life for 10 years.
Yeah.
But that's a magic trick. Not everybody has that.
Yeah. He really does. He's amazing at
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see kind of where everyone goes and
Yep.
where the next traditions come, because it was
Yep.
kind of an end of an era selling
Yep.
a house, and now we're like in this kind of like weird flux.
Yeah,
So
I know.
Auntie Row, so it's to see like who takes up the
Yep.
Thanksgiving and the Christmas and
Yeah. Who's around? That's the whole other
who's
thing.
around. Yeah.
So, but that usually ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
It's what happens in life. So, you
Yeah.
know, we just had it better than most where we had it very consistent for, going back to Everett, 30, 40 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For decades.
Yeah. So, but it ebb and flows. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yes, you
No,
will.
this is awesome. Thank you. This is great. Can I,
Yeah.
what else can I ask?
Yeah.
I mean, are you aspiring to be the next, well, I won't say Joe
No.
Rogan, but,
No, I have no aspirations to do anything with any of this. It's more just for us.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm not good at this yet. I'm trying to figure it out.
You did great.
Hopefully, we'll do another one and whenever, and then And I was telling Georgie, sorry, we just had ours, so it's fresh in my mind. But
I know.
if I get to talk to Baby Sam, I mean, wow! Imagine being 25, listening to your 14-year-old self talk.
Oh, that might be crazy. Oh yeah,
laughing.
45. We didn't have that technology. You know what I mean? Even you didn't really have that. I mean, you did, but not like this.
Yeah, and it'll be way different in 5-10 years than we have now. So it'll be probably like a VHS where you can't even listen to it anymore.
Exactly.
If we can, download it somewhere.
That's true. And John, it's okay for you to tell everybody else that I was the best at this. It's fine.
Okay. I didn't want to pick favorites. But
okay. I mean, it's okay. If you have to, it's fine. It's all good.
Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah.
All right. You good? I have Sam's pizza in the oven. I'm going to take it out.
Okay. Don't burn the pizza.
Want me to come back or you good?
No, I'm good. All right.
You're good. Thank you, buddy. I love you. Talk to you later.
All right. Good day. See you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.